As a priest, some of the people that inspire me the most are married couples. My parents, a couple weeks ago, just celebrated 38 years of marriage. And I'm just amazed by that. They've been together for that long. My mom tells me, pray for patience and for grace, Michael. I'm like, okay, I will. And I know that marriages aren't perfect. I know that everyone has a lot of struggles in marriage. But what I see in married couples, ones who really show forth love in their marriages, is that they truly seek the good of their spouse and they truly do things in common. They make their decisions together. They always put their best foot forward for the other, or at least they're always trying to do that. They know that that's their ideal. God says that marriage is supposed to be between a man and a woman and that they are to build a family together. The church says that marriage is for the uh, good of the spouses and the procreation and education of offspring, so that it is a good for both of the spouses. It builds them up in love, but it also is for more children, so that we can continue to have sons and daughters of God in this world. And today we hear Jesus is asked what the greatest commandment is, and he says the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, and strength, and all your mind, but also to love your neighbor as yourself. He can't say the first without the second, because if we are to love God, we truly love our neighbor as well. And marriage shows us what that looks like, where we will the good of the other as the other. What is their good apart from what it does for me? We hear in the book of Tobit today that Tobiah and Sarah, Tobiah really wants to marry Sarah, and so they're able to get married. Her father, or her caretaker, he gives her in marriage to Tobiah, and Tobiah and Sarah, they kneel down and pray the night of their wedding for good reason. First, because all of Sarah's been married 7 times before that, and her husband has died at the night of their wedding each of those 7 times. And so there's one good reason to be praying, but Tobiah and Sarah get down on their knees the night of their wedding and they say, God, we want to put our marriage at your feet. This is some good advice for anyone who's preparing for marriage, to pray on the night of your wedding that God might bless your marriage. And he says that I don't take her for myself for a lustful purpose, not just a sexual lust, but also like that I'm going to get what I want from her. But he says, but it's a noble purpose. That's what marriage should be, what true love is for any of us in relationship with anyone, that we don't see this person as an object, but rather as a child of God. And how can I serve this person best? How can I will their good the best? Thank you to all you married couples out there that show us what this looks like. And those who are still trying, it's okay. We're all on the way of holiness. Continue to strive for that, because God has given you the grace to do so. He's given us all the grace to love as we are called to love, because he loved us first. May the love of God flourish in your life today and always.